a human.
Very good.
I'm an adult human. But sometimes I'll get to thinking, like, oh my God, I'm 28 years old. And Facebook really makes this much worse. I'll see things like, oh, you bought a house? I think to myself, I put my pants on backwards this morning. Oh, you're having a baby? I just figured out how to make multi-step lean cuisine. That's great you enrolled yourself in the 401k. I left my keys in the car, in the ignition this week. Twice. When I was a kid, it was even worse. One time in the 8th grade, I was sitting in class in the morning, and I felt something bunched up around my ankle, and I reached in through the bottom of my pant legs, and I pulled out a dirty pair of white briefs. No idea how they got in there. Another time, after that year in the summer, I was over a friend's really nice condo down the shore in Ocean City, New Jersey. And his whole family was over for dinner, and I came out of the bathroom and sat down on the really nice sectional couch. And my friend's dad looks at me with like this horrified look. He's like, "What is that on your leg?" And I looked down, and I just casually looked back up and said, "Oh, that's mud." And it wasn't. Still to this day, have no idea. Like, the physics of the situation boggle my mind. I also, when I would go out when I was a kid, up until I was about 12 or 13, I was always really worried about like what was in my bladder. And this would manifest itself as me being like a urination Superman. So like, while my family was figuring out where they were going, I would duck into an alley or behind a building somewhere real quick, and then jump back out and join the family dynamic, zipping up my jorts like Clark Kent, coming up next to Jimmy and Lois, straightening on his tie. So, the thing of it is, I was always, and have always been, both so stuck in my own head that I'm like completely unaware that what I'm doing is an awful social faux pas. And at the same time, like hyper-aware and hypersensitive to how I'm coming off to other people. And being a human, being an adult human, is hard. And for me, the reason I get stuck in my own brain is because I have OCD. And OCD basically means you never get to turn your brain off. And like when you should be thinking about something like, is there or is there not poop on my ankle? You're instead counting, you know, well, is this number 4 for the times that I've been washing my hands now? So, there have been lots of times where I've wanted to turn my brain off, and I felt like, you know, I'm not like the other humans out there. Luckily for me, very luckily for me, there's one person, one human in my life, who's a superhuman, and who's always been there for me to make me feel more human. This person's my mom. Now, first of all, her first superpower was she made me a human in the first place without even thinking about it. Like she was sleeping, and like her parts were like making me. Like she'd be like cooking dinner while also cooking me in her room, which is awesome. But I wanted to tell this story as an homage to her because I think that's the right word, homage. Yeah. Okay. So because every time that I've felt like, you know, I'm not like these other humans, I'm not like these other beings out there, this one person, this one superhuman person has always been there for me to make me realize that I'm not that different, just stuck in my head a little bit, and I appreciate her. Thank you.